1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Actually, it's 3 more minutes till morning. How are you? It's Mike, KO4PDI. Know what today is? We're giving away the radio. Hey, how do you like the new camera angle? It's the Mike K8MRD camera angle. And if Mike's watching, I love you, man. You've taught me a lot when it comes to parks on the air. I even have a Kilo award for one of the parks I do all the time, Princess Place Preserve, which is part of Pelsier Creek National Wildlife State Conservation Area. Anyway, hey, I got a whole bunch of things I'm working on. So many things, so much stuff I'm doing. In a minute, I'm going to tell you who gets this. Why is that so glary? Oh, that's how. Somebody's going to win that in a couple minutes. I already know who. Nice guy. Anyway, let's switch screens here, and you can see my other camera angle. Oh, isn't that interesting over there? That's sitting right on top of the mixer that's going to get wired in so I can get my radios straight through to you. When I stream live, you can hear the radios, which as soon as I do that, the first video I do, once I got that working right, is a video on HF. To say I'm going to do a video on HF, how much could that be? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Are you hearing me? Yeah, you are. Okay. You're hearing me. I was just watching the screen, making sure my audio is coming through. If you got any comments or suggestions about my audio, please put it in the chat. Right now, I think I got it working. I got chat from YouTube and chat from Facebook coming up on my screen. I haven't figured out how to get it so you can see it, but it's there. I see all these guys doing these Patreon things where they got, super chats on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm not there yet. I'm just a baby in this. I'm just starting out. I'm less of a baby in this, even though I've had experience with audio and video stuff. I used to years ago. I worked in a church. We would record the Sunday service and edit it down and put it out on radio to a bunch of different places. And we even, when cable TV started, they had a rule that they had to provide cable access to charities and nonprofits over the air if they were going to sell their services in our town. So we were able to go to cable companies and literally put a half-hour TV show on the air, and we would deliver them the tapes every week. It was called the Home Worship Hour, and it went through what was the radio station out in West Jersey? 105.5, I think, was the station. But there was also cable TV stuff, too, that we would do. We hooked up with, at the time, Cablevision. And but with all that experience and doing all that, I haven't done it in years. That was back in the 70s. So I'm just getting back into playing with this stuff. I could show you what I'm doing, but if you look at my room, doing everything. It's just a mess. I don't want to show you that. Until I get it done, and I'll show you how it is once it's all finished. In the meantime, it is 12 noon, and I said that at 12 noon I was going to announce who won the Explorer 1. Now, this is the Explorer 1. It is a dual band HT, comes with a battery, a cradle, an antenna. Very nice. Underneath this is the manual for it. But we didn't stop there. No. I am giving away this radio, which I bought at Huntsville, Alabama, at the Ham Fest in August. But I also got, in addition to that, I got the RT System software. Let's get the lighting. Let's get closer to the lighting. There it is. Oops, upside down. The cable and the software to program the radio. Huh? Come on. And then they had a deal going in Huntsville that if you bought it that day, the radio was only $6 to $9 and you get 2 accessories. So what I chose was the little earbuds with a push to talk on the cable. So you can use that, or if you don't want to use that, you can use a speaker mic to go with that radio. All of this is about $120 worth of stuff. It's yours. Guess who's going to get it? Let me show you right now. We'll switch screens. There's my Ham Fun page, and we're going to go right to Bill Funderburk. Bill Funderburk is the winner of this whole setup. And what's great, I was chatting with him earlier. He's got a nephew or a grandson that's going to just get his license in January. I told him, I said, you don't give this to him. You can give this to him to play with in the beginning, but he can get one of his own for free from QRZ and Gigaparts. Look up the, I forget what the program is called, but it's on the Gigaparts website. Get in touch with Steve Malo or anybody at Gigaparts in Huntsville, and they'll hook you up. And you can get, if you just got your license, you can get one of these radios. I don't know if they're giving out the accessories with it, but you definitely get the radio. You won't get the RT system software. That'll be additional, about 25 bucks. But you will get that as a reward for passing your technician's license. So let's hear it for Bill Funderburk. If you look at Bill's webpage, let me scroll up a little bit. This is a NASCAR pit crew working on Bill Elliott's car. I found out from Bill, he's the jackman right in the middle. This is him right here. He used to be a pit crew member for Bill Elliott back in the day. I mean, look at them. They don't even have fire suits on. They're not wearing helmets. It's crazy how NASCAR has evolved. These pit stops were probably, I don't know, 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Now they do an entire pit stop, refill the tank, and change all the tires in no more than 11 seconds. If you can imagine 5 guys doing that. Here they had 7 guys going over the wall, I believe, because you had a catch can man, you had a gas man, you had a front and rear tire changer, and a jack man. Yeah, it was a lot of people. Plus, back in the day, they used to also have a NASCAR official in every pit to make sure that the pit stop went legit. Now they do that all with cameras. They have cameras mounted on top of the racetrack. They can watch each individual pit stall. Guy gets in too early. Guy goes over the hose. They got it all on video now. It's incredible. And literally from a 30-second pit stop, you can now do 10 seconds, 11 seconds is the way it goes. Anyway, I'm a big NASCAR fan if you haven't figured that out. And I'm really happy that Bill is the guy that won this radio. He's going to use it to promote the hobby and bring some young people in to let them know what's going on. And I'm very grateful for that. I am grateful for the 140 members that follow my page now. You are godsend. I just did this because my Elmer really thought I'd be good at it. And I was just getting into ham radio. I'm new. I'm not even 2 years into ham radio. KO4PDI has only been in existence since April of 2021. That's when I took my tech class. But Bill, KK4PAL, Kilo 4 Papa Alpha Lima. That's a great call sign, Bill. And I'm happy that you won this. And it was nice chatting with you in the chat on Facebook this morning. And I can't wait to get this out to UPS to ship to you. Now, what else is going on? Besides all my fancy camera angles and all my gadgets, the mixer's coming along just fine. I'm working on ways. I was going to have an individual audio cable from each radio go to the mixer. And it dawned on me, I have the speaker that is actually made for the 7610 radio, the ICOM 7610. It has 2 separate audio inputs. And you have a headphone jack on it. So I thought about it. I said, I got A and B input. A is hooked up to one radio, B is hooked up to the other radio. All I got to do is take the headphone output out of that speaker and run that to the mixer. So I'm going to start experimenting with that. I should be able to do that just fine. Like I said, I have experience using mixers and sound cards and PA systems and microphones like that. That's an SM58, one of the best microphones you can buy. It's been around since the 70s. Still, it's a Shure SM58. You want a good microphone? That's a good microphone. Am I going to stay with that? Probably not. I'll probably get one of those big, giant, ugly $300 microphones that people use for radio. I'll probably switch to that eventually. It depends on how it sounds on the radio through the mixer. So we'll see what happens with that. What else? Did some satellite contacts this morning. Could show you my satellite page. Switch over to that. Here you can see I have one contact on XW2A this morning. That was N2PSU. I've contacted him numerous times on the birds. There weren't a lot of great passes this morning. The next really good pass is RS44, comes at 136. And let's see, that will be, if I click on it, yeah, it starts at 136, goes to 157. That's a long time for a satellite. That's a long duration, I should say. Maximum elevation is going to be 48.9 degrees. So when I do that, 48.9 degrees, that's pretty good. It's about there. I should be able to get that fine from my birds, my satellite antennas in the backyard, which is really cool. Where that camera is right there, I could turn that around and point it at the satellite antennas. I wonder what that would look like. Let's see. What else I got to do today? Well, it's a little blown out, but I could adjust that. We could go into the properties, the video properties, and turn down the brightness a little. Come here. Come on. There we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Let's apply that. Tell it okay. Okay. And switch that. There you go. So now you get to see the satellite antennas. If you watch, I can make them move. So now this is going to go into the park position that I leave it in when I'm not using it. And the reason I do that is because when it's vertical, it's got less wind resistance as when it's horizontal. So I park it in the vertical, pointing north. So now it's facing away from me is due north. But you can see my dilemma. Look at all the trees. Those trees do not like satellite signals, 70 centimeter or 2 meter. That antenna system, the one on the left is a 2 meter antenna, and the one on the right is a 70 centimeter antenna. Each one has at least 10 dB of gain in it. And I have preamps mounted on the pole. You see those two red things underneath the rotor. That is preamps mounted on the pole, which are powered by my ICOM 9700. All right, you got that? There'll be a test tonight. Okay, you got it? All right, let me put that camera back where it belongs so you can see me. There I am. Ah, good. All right, I'm back. Anyway, so now you know who won the radio, and I'd love to stay on here longer, but I really need to get out to the UPS store to bring this stuff back. You don't mind if I leave early, do you? I'm not getting paid for this anyway. All right, so the next satellite pass is RS44. Let's see, when is that? Is it within reasonable amount of time to stay on the air right here? Let's see. No, it's over an hour away, so that's a really high pass, though. HO113 is over me right now, but it's only a 30-degree pass. Let's just take a look at it and see where it goes. Where is the HO113 pass going? Oh, well, you know, it just rose now. We might be able to get that one. I don't know. Let's unplug that. All right. We're listening, but I don't hear anything yet. We'll leave it hooked up just in case. We hear something. I'm going to put the microphone in, though, so because I still don't have the radios going through the mixer. I will eventually, and eventually we'll be able to pipe this sound right into your ears through the stream. But we're not ready for that yet. You know what it is? It's like when you're doing sound stuff like this, you could easily blow something up if you plug the wrong thing into the wrong thing. You plug an input into an input or an output into an output, you could have an issue. All right. We are on that frequency right now. I do not hear anybody. This is a linear satellite, so you don't need any PL tone. So if you notice, there's no PL tone. It's off right here. And the main is your uplink. That is lower sideband. And the sub is the downlink. That's upper sideband. So we're transmitting on 2 meter and we're receiving on 70 centimeter. Right now I'm at 100 watts power. I probably won't transmit at that unless I actually start hearing something, which I don't yet. HO113 is weird. I haven't been able to really be consistent on that. I don't know what it is. It's either on or it's off. There's also another one. Remember, whenever you're doing satellite, you can go over to this page, the AMSAT Live Oscar Satellite Status page. So let's see. We're looking at HO113 right now. Here's HO113, and look at this. At it is now 1712 Zulu, and at 13:16 to 30, it was not heard. So 4 hours ago, somebody reported they did not hear this satellite. So it's probably not going to hear anything on HO113. HO113. I don't hear anything yet. Let's see how high it is in its pass. You could see here, right here, you could see it's not even 30 degrees. The max is only going to be 30 degrees, right when it passes to this spot right here. That's okay because I have access to the sky from that angle. Where it is now, I don't. It's my antenna right now is looking into the trees. When it clears, as it gets up a little higher, and the antennas move to the left, I should hear something. Actually, SO50 is also going over right now. If you look in this window on the right, you notice the two green ones. That is, okay, I'll just zoom in. Whoops, right there. You can see HO113 is the one we're tracking right now, and this is where it is. And SO50 is also up there right now, and it's got 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go on its pass, but it's only 17 degrees, all below the trees. The CSS and the XW4, that's the Chinese space station, and XW4 is a CubeSat that they launched from the Chinese space station. Thus, they're basically in the same orbit. Notice the times are identical. Everything's identical across the board. I asked about that yesterday, and somebody filled me in. We have an ISS pass at 115. That's going to be 57 degrees. We should be able to get some people on that. So if you want to meet me on the ISS at 115, that's about an hour away. I'll be on there. I'm going to be trying it. What else? Let's shrink this back down so we see more of what else is going on. You can see over here on the left side here, this is all the data on the satellite right now. Where it is in position to the azimuth and elevation, that's where it is now. It's 25 degrees above the horizon, which you could see right here. It's almost here. I still don't hear anybody, though. Let me see if I talk, if I hear my voice come back. KO4PDI, Echo Lima 99, CQ Satellite, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, Echo Lima 99. It's not hitting the satellite's not on right now. That's all I can say. So we got to mark that. We'll go over to the AMSAT site. You've seen me do this before. We're looking for HO113, and we scroll down here. HO113. There it is there. And then not heard is the answer we want. Today is the 21st. It is 17:15. So 17:0 to 17:15. I'm KO4PDI. And I am in Grid Square Echo Lima 99. I'm going to submit that. I'm going to say yes, that's all correct, and go back to the main page. So now, if you look up HO113, notice another red mark right here, and there's my call sign, KO4PDI. That's my report. So now they know that HO113 is not. Let's just, for the heck of it, click on SO50. We still got 8 minutes left in that pass. That's an FM bird. Did you guess? That's why we got that hiss. And this one does have a PL tone of 67. The antenna is turning to where SO50 is, and see what happens. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, Echo Lima 99. I didn't hear my voice come back, so that's telling me chances are it's probably no good. All right, so yeah, this is what I was pointing to before. This is the location of the bird right now, right here. And it's very low on the horizon. It's only at 13 degrees above the horizon. So the chance of me hearing this are slim to none, because my antennas are looking at trees right now. Maybe when it gets down here, we might pick something up. Sometimes I get to the south, I get better coverage. All right, let's see. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, Echo Lima 99. Nah, nobody's hearing me. It's just not my day for satellites. 1:15, I'll be on the ISS. I'm definitely going to try for that today. I don't hear anybody. That's really low on the horizon. That's why we'll just turn that volume down. You don't need to hear that. And remember now, folks, we want to go to Ham Fun with KO4PDI. That's me. We're giving, here's my video running right here. I've been on for 30 minutes and 52 seconds. Isn't that amazing? Nobody's chatting either. Why was I getting that? All right. If you want to chat with me when I'm live, this is the place to do it. You can go right underneath the video and type any questions you might have, and I get it on my screen over here. So, yeah, feel free to ask me any questions. And there we go. You can tell the video is delayed on Facebook. But, yeah, Ham Fun with KO4PDI is a brainstorm of me. I decided to do it, and with the help of my Elmer, ND1C, he helped me out. He encouraged me. I'm still trying to get my extra. I'm studying here and there. I got to get real serious and try to make that happen. Because I would love to go into the extra portions of the bands. It's usually much quieter. There's much more valued conversation, not just making QSOs and contests, but actually having intelligent conversations with people, and I love that. And I mean on every subject, not just ham radio. They talk about Christianity. They talk about politics sometimes. I'm really not a big political guy online. I kind of backed away from that after 2020. I decided it wasn't worth my time and effort, and I don't want to. I'm 68 years old. How many more years I got? 10, 12, 15? If I'm like my mom, I got about 20 years to go. Maybe older. Now that I think about it, she's going to be 92 in April. Woo. Anyway, I don't want to spend that time angry at people and pissed off about how the country is, or how the continent is, or how. I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm not talking politics on this page. I love ham radio, and I love that I can get on ham radio with somebody that is diametrically opposed to everything I believe in as far as politics. But if we don't talk about politics, we get along great because we enjoy each other's ideas and company. Just think of the people you haven't talked to because of whatever reason, because of a political belief or something like that. Think about that for a second. And when you're thinking about that, what time have you lost with these people who may have been very nice people in your life who you don't talk to anymore because of politics? That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to accept people where they are, Whether you agree with them or disagree with them, that doesn't make them a bad person. It just means they have a different opinion than you. There are forces that are not like that. They are out to hurt people and out to do bad things. Don't want to have anything to do with those people. And I work my best to make sure they're not around and they're not in charge. On that note, that's about the extent of the political conversation you're going to get out of me today. I am so happy to be sending this out to Bill. Bill, who was a crew member. Here, we'll show it to this camera. Bill, who was a crew member for one of my favorite drivers, who was a favorite driver of all time, Bill Elliott, was the NASCAR's most favorite driver for years. For years he was. And after he retired, it became, or after Dale Earnhardt passed away, his son, Dale Jr., became the most popular driver. I think it was 14 years in a row. I think Billy Elliott was 16 years in a row, and Junior retired before he got that. If he stayed racing, he would have beat Bill Elliott, but he decided to retire, which I give him credit. It's smart to know when to walk away from an issue. But Bill Elliott was a great guy. I loved Bill Elliott. I thought he was great. And when Chase came up, I'll never forget, I was kind of offended when Jeff Gordon wanted him to drive the 24. I'm like, Chase is going to make his own name for himself. He doesn't need your number to be famous. And I was a big Jeff Gordon fan. All right, that was bad too, I know. But I was so happy when they took the 24 and gave it to somebody else and gave Chase his number 9, which was his dad's number, which was also his number racing, coming up through all the different series. He raced the number 9. So I'm really happy they were able to arrange that and get that set up. And Chase has become a driver in his own right. He's got his own legacy he's building, and I think it's fantastic. And someday, ask me, I'll show you the 7 Hooters paint scheme diecast I own of Chase. And that's only the Hooters ones. I got a bunch of Napas. I got over 10 or 12 Chase Elliott cars. One of them's autographed that I actually got to meet him and have him autograph it for me. So that was really cool. Anyway, Bill, I'm so glad you won. I went through the list of everybody and picked out Funder Burke. What a name. I wonder what nationality that is. Where does that originate from? Bill Funderburk. Well, maybe he'll tell us in the chat room or something one day. But thanks, Bill, for being a follower. And thank you all 139 others that follow me. I couldn't do this without you. I have no incentive without you to do this. So thank you very much for doing that. And I just want you to know that I'll probably be doing more lives between now and Christmas. But every live I do between now and Christmas, I want to tell you a couple of things. Number one, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And I thank him for my life every day. And we're commemorating his birth on Christmas. And I want you people to take serious note of who Jesus Christ was and what he was all about and what Christianity really is. Not what you think it is, what it is. And John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever should believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." How about them apples? Come on. That was John 3:16. I just had do a little preaching there because Jesus has been very good to me. He's been very good to some people in my life. There's some people in my life right now that are going through some really hard times, really hard. You have no clue how hard life can get if you don't, if you have a belief in God, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you believe in God, God bless you. If you believe in Jesus, even more bless you. I do not believe anybody is going to hell who had an equal opportunity to accept Christ into their lives. Because I believe once you see it, and once you feel the reality of Christianity, there's no going back. So, have a Merry, Merry Christmas. I want you all to know I'll be praying for you. I know friends that are going through hard times right now. I'm praying for them. My pastor happens to be going through a hard time right now. She lost her daughter in July. I lost my brother in January. And in less than a month, it'll be the year anniversary that my brother passed away, and I'm still not over it. And I'm not planning to get over it. I'm just dealing with it. What can I say? So God bless you all. And remember, life is short. Enjoy your life, man. Get out there. Do things. Experience life. and trust in God to protect you and take care of you, and you will have a very lovely life. So on that note, I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Bill, your radio's going out. As soon as I end this podcast, I'm headed to the UPS store to ship this thing out to you. So thank you very much. I already got the labels printed out, everything. You take care, everybody, and I will say to you now, 73, and God bless you. Merry Christmas.